Hey there, everyone. I hope you're having a good day in your little corner of the world. Been having quite a day. I'm quite wiped out this Monday. I think it's because just everything that I've had to do for work and then things in my life, the things going on in the background of my life, and then, of course, the things going on in the world have a way of creeping in and further exhausting me. Maybe not exhausting me physically, but mentally exhausting me. And I find that that's the thing recently for me. I've been feeling very exhausted because I've been keeping up with the news, but it's really hard not to keep up with what's going on because a lot of the events that are going on in this country and in the world are pertinent to my well-being and the well-being of the people in my life and the people in this nation and the people in the world. And it's easy to fall into this worry cycle, worry spiral, where you don't see a way out. You don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel because everything has gone dark and all the lights have gone out. Yeah. Pretty sure this is how people, well, I don't like to compare eras or time periods because that would be an unfair comparison. And of course, there were different circumstances, but humans throughout history have been through struggle, lots of struggle. I mean, if we look back at the last century, right, there's the Great Depression. There was World War I, World War II. There was the Cold War. There was the Vietnam War. There were so many things going on. There was like the 70s crisis, the housing crisis in the 70s. There were just so many things going on. And each time period, each century has had its struggles. And I feel like most humans in all time periods have felt a sense of despair and hopelessness and helplessness because of the events that you don't have direct control over. It just seems like you're powerless, right? Because the big, bold, audacious politicians are the ones making the decisions for the rest of us, like at least the decisions that affect our survival. And we've created a society where the decisions of a number of people that we elect, the decisions of those politicians will determine how well we survive in this society. If those politicians or those people in power make bad decisions that pertain to our survival, such as the economy, make bad decisions in the economy, then that's bad for the people because they can't afford food, they can't afford housing, they can't afford the basic commodities to be able to survive, right? If certain politicians out there decide to go to war, that also puts a strain on not just the people being affected or being attacked, but also the people that are in a country that is attacking another but don't want anything to do with the other country that is being attacked, but the government is senselessly getting involved in things that, the rest of the population doesn't agree with, or most of the population doesn't agree with. And our tax-paying dollars go to those wars, go to sadly, it goes to the death and murder of these innocent individuals in other countries. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. I don't want my videos to be Debbie Downers, but sometimes I think that it's important to be able to take a step back and observe this game of life. Observe the way others act and how people can get stuck in illusions, and how easy it is to get stuck and blinded by these illusions, and how easy it is for us to fall into that, spiral. And, I'm not saying, oh, I'm higher than thou, or I'm better than anybody else because they have no illusions. I still have many illusions that I'm probably not even aware of, and some illusions I'm aware of, but I just don't know how to remove the blindfold, However, I do feel like it takes a certain kind of individual to really have no empathy or common sense for the rest of the people in his or her tribe that belong to his or her species. It takes a certain kind of person to not really care about anybody but themselves. I wish I had something else to talk about, but I've been so sad lately by everything that's happening in the world, and I feel so powerless. I really do. And I know the only thing that I can personally do is try and be a good Samaritan and be a good human being, and not try to run roughshod on anyone, right? And try and live with intention. Try to relieve myself from selfishness and the shackles of an unhealthy ego. I know I'm always going to have some kind of ego, because as long as I live in this body, in this vehicle, I'll be trapped with a bit of ego. But then it can fall into an extreme where it becomes really unhealthy and it starts affecting other people. And then, you can have a healthy ego and still have a sense of who you are in this society, in this game of life, how you play the rules. You can understand all of that, but still, you can remove the arrogance, remove the hubris, and have an open mind and allow yourself to be humbled. Some people can't do that. Anyway, I guess this was just a ramble. I wish you all the best, as always. I really do, wherever you are, whatever corner of the planet you're in. I wish you prosperity, abundance, and not just economic prosperity or abundance. Of course, that's helpful in this society that we've built, in this game of life. We have to play by the rules of money, by the rules of currency. But although I do wish you economic prosperity and abundance, I also wish you prosperity and abundance in the level of peace, in the sense of peace, in the sense of love. I wish you prosperity and abundance in the contentment. I wish you prosperity and abundance. See, I'm tired, so I'm going to start to ramble. But I wish you prosperity and abundance in every aspect of your life. Okay, so take care and stay safe. Peace and love. Bye.